Did you know that Supercell killed more games than there are fucking tiles in a domino set? Supercell killed 30 games so far. So on paper, our odds seems very bad to expect a global release for the new game called moco. But I'm gonna show you today why they are not as bad as it sounds. Before we hop into more details about what I mean with that, I will answer your first question in your head right away. What in the hell is moco? Why is it different to all the other dead Supercell laying on the graveyard? Moco is short for Monster Corporation, and I do not intend to bore you with some shitty beta lore about the new characters like Tech-Mania or whoever the fuck else is there playable in the game. I want to show you what really matters today, and that is the huge creative risk Supercell is taking with this genre. The game is a mobile MMORPG where you can play alone, with randoms or 3 more friends to go out into the open world and slay monsters until you cannot even feel your fingers anymore. You collect loot from monsters, you complete missions, chase the best gear possible or do raids. All in all, a fun experience I would say, and something fresh from the developer studio from Finland. And that's why it should give you the first answer about my initial question, why is it different? It's a goddamn new genre with characters. That's crazy, not gonna lie, think about it. They never did it like this before. But is it everything we need to get a global release? Just a new genre and some new characters? For fuck's sake, no. Supercell is known to create live games like Clash of Clans, Clash Royale or Brawl Stars that they are here to stay, earn their money and bring the player value and a reason to come back to the games regularly. So the bar is quite high for a new game to actually reach a global release. The CEO, Ilkka Pannanen, himself stated in a recent post that he thought it would be much easier to come up with a new banger games after they made it in the industry. But the complete opposite is the truth, he said, and that's backed by the fact that the last game Supercell put global was Brawl Stars on 12 December 2018. That's 1784 days. Jeez. Before you close this video, it's not as bad as the CEO said that they want to take more creative risks in the future and quote unquote, that's nothing we ever saw before from a Supercell game before. Also, the success of mobile MMORPGs like Genshin Impact, Black Desert Mobile or Tower of Fantasy showed us, or let's say show Supercell, that it's possible to generate a shit ton of money out of mobile MMORPGs. Because, let's be real here, in the end, it's a business, and if they do not make enough money out of it, there's no need to launch it globally as a live service game with constant improvements and updates overall. I'm not saying moco is exactly like these games I just mentioned, because honestly it's not, but it's a similar genre and that's what matters here. So far so good, but to find our final answer, we need to find the missing success criteria of what really matters to Supercell in the end, besides of money. And let me show that to you and break it down. They want to find the fun. Seriously, that's what Mr. Pannanen said. Players need to be engaged and come back organically. So what I did to unsolve this mystery of players having fun or not is to actually just play the goddamn game, and I was having a blast. Let me say you this. But do not take my biased opinion. Let me show you what the community has to say. I went to the moco Discord daily and asked a couple of players for their feedback that played the game a minimum of 20 hours or more so far, and most of them reached max level. So I put a list together with overlapping positive or negative aspects and evaluate the feedback if the game is already dead or not. To not overstretch things or even worse, bore you, I will shortcut this list and give my final thoughts in the end. The negative so far. Lags. I keep it simple. The game is very laggy, at least for most shitty Android devices. When you meet like 10 plus players and monsters in the open world, it sucks. Oversimplified home base and repetitive monsters in the open world. Monsters lack mechanic. Dying in the world lacks punishment. Seriously, it doesn't even matter, you respawn and YOLO. The positive so far. The game is easy to understand compared to other MMOs, and that means it has a low entry barrier and new players will come to the game that maybe even never played the MMORPG. Raids are enjoyable and the 4-player mechanics feel good, especially to play with friends and vibe in DC call or whatever. Challenging gameplay is available for those who want it, and that's a great point. The game is simple and maybe sometimes too simple, or I said too repetitive, but players that actually seek a challenge can find them in the higher tiers later on. That's nice. Well-designed maps. Last but not least, let's talk about the raw potential of the game and my final conclusion. All the negatives so far are fixable. Lacking content, mechanics, lags, or whatsoever is actually fixable if they care, and that's a good sign. Because if the game had fundamentally problems, I would say it's hopeless already. No matter what they patch, nobody cares. But so far it seems like the potential is very promising. They could lower the entry barrier for PvP, design more maps, better challenges, integrate the club system, make the content crossplay like Genshin for PC and mobile, and many more stuff. So let me come to answer my initial question. Can this game go global or not? For real, I do not know. Nobody knows. But let me say you this. Of all the unknown, what we found out today was what matters to Supercell in general and the raw potential that this game has. It has the best possible shot to go global as the next superstar game. It's refreshing and new. If this game does not, I simply do not know which game will be in the future. So all we have to do right now is wait and drink tea. But if we look at the start of this video until now, I'm sure we both can agree the odds are not as bad as it seems to be in the beginning. I would even say the odds are now in our favor, and I strongly believe this game will get a full global release next year. I will cover everything moco or important Supercell related, and if you enjoyed this ride with me, then clap the shit out of the subscribe button and leave a like. Peace out, Schnee.